Are you looking for anything in particular here today? So for instance, we do have some lovely blue buttons, so really multifunctional buttons. Do you have a sort of a budget in mind for the button? This button does come with the button. It's a nice packaging.
I think I'm the best salesman here in Womena by a mile.
This is Womentum, a startup accelerator like no other for the best boss ladies in the Middle East. Womena. Did you hear that? Startups, boss ladies, Middle East. Womena. At the end of the day, I'm an investor, and this is a business decision.
During the remote period, it was a bit of a tough time, especially August, because August is holiday. So some teams I felt really struggled to gain momentum.
Nobody's here in July and August. When you're expecting payment, people don't pay you, so we've been chasing cash and bills for a lot of the summer as well.
The summer here was a bit challenging, to be honest, in terms of the bigger partnerships, like if we're going to a club or a school, everything's just a bit delayed. Lots of vacation in Egypt.
Between Berlin and Dubai, I had to prepare our apartment, prepare the wedding, restructuring the team. We had some troubles with delivery companies, and also we are moving to new offices for Debshi. So all that stuff in 2 months, in 1.5 months.
I think coming back together, it has heightened the pressure a lot. It's going to get really intense, and I think that this is also a time when people start to hit their limits. It really brings out who is tired, who has energy to keep going, how efficiently people work, because they're also managing businesses back home. So I think people are under a lot of pressure.
My name is Mustafa. I'm a sales trainer and coach, and my role in Womentum is to help the entrepreneurs become more refined in their sales skills. I actually help companies increase their sales revenues by doing one thing. What we focus on is very simple and very practical. It is this. It is the habits that you have. We identify those, and then we replace those habits with habits that can increase your sales.
Mona is a sales guru. So we've brought her in because we think that this is probably the most important skill the startups need to develop in order to be successful. They have to sell their idea, they have to sell their product, they have to sell what they believe in to the people sitting in front of them, whether that's a customer or an investor.
Your habits will determine the level of income that you're going to generate. Do we all agree with this to a certain extent? Something I see quite frequently is that salespeople like to have the last word in the conversation. You ever know anybody like that?
Yeah, I'm good at it. It's not because of sales, because my background in digital marketing, and I started as a moderator in comments. Okay. So I should finish this conversation.
If you feel the need to have the last word, if you're not adding anything special to the conversation, try to avoid that. But if they are saying everything that you want them to say, then your new favorite word is this. Because then what does it do to their ego? Boosts it. Exactly. See what I did there? Let's talk about the art of questioning. How do you ask the questions if the person you're meeting with has a very strong personality and they start asking you questions? So you will answer them, but then you're going to ask them a question. Let's practice this real quick. Ahmed, tell me more about your company.
So Fresh Fruit Source is a B2B fresh fruits and vegetables marketplace. When was the last time you bought fruits and vegetables from a local vendor?
Oh, very good. Very good. Chris, you were talking about underwater suits before. I'm really interested in that. How much does that cost?
The cost for you would be only $80. When would you like to get started?
The coolest thing in the sales session was probably the formula of when somebody asks you a question in the elevator, speak for maximum 10 seconds, and then ask a question.
Answering shortly and asking a question back. I really like that strategy because I also tend to talk a lot.
اكتر حاجه كانت كول في السيشن بتاعت منى ان انا عرفت ان انا ببيع بالفتره. يعني البودي لانجوج بتاعتي بتوصل مسجز رهيبه. دلوقتي بدات افهم ليه الناس بتبقى في المكتب في وقت معين قلقانه مني، في وقت معين خايفه مني، في وقت معين لا مش okay.
Guys, this is really good for the activity that's coming up this weekend, by the way. Satwa Challenge. We are sending the entrepreneurs to one of the most historical sites in Dubai. We're taking them completely out of their comfort zone. They're going to be taking over these little shops selling buttons and curtains and products that are completely different than what they're used to selling. And we're going to see how effectively they are absorbing and utilizing the sales techniques that they're learning in these sessions. So let's see how they do.
Are you looking for anything in particular here today?
So it's not for me.
Special person, perhaps?
We get for my wife. So her taste is like very particular, and I don't always nail it.
I'm looking for curtains for my new studio.
I really don't know how we will do for Satwa Challenge.
I'd like to see all your gold buttons, please.
Finally, Satwa is my game. اللعبة بتاعت السيلز دي لعبتي أنا. هكسب فيها.
Hello, can we help you?
I want to check how much I sell in these ones.
I'm just looking for some curtains for my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good. Yeah.
Is it a wedding anniversary or what type of anniversary are we talking?
Well, it's actually it's not our wedding. It's the anniversary of the day we first met.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, so talk to me. What colors does she like?
She likes blue, like light blue.
Blue, light blue, and
like a
fair
baby
hair?
blue. Not dark hair.
Dark hair. Okay.
So why don't you tell us like about your studio?
So it's all glass, so it's a lot of natural light. I want to keep it that way. I don't want to block it too much.
Okay. Is it for a dress? Is it for...
Yeah, I have a shirt and I want to put a lot of different types of buttons on it.
What colors do you expect to use?
Oh, actually, the white and blue we go for what I ever want. So it's okay.
Perfect. Then you need 12 from this and 12 from this.
Exactly.
Do you know the measurements? We do also. We can send someone.
I can get back to you, yeah.
And we can send someone for free
someone.
with the measurements.
Fine. Yeah.
With the measurements and the catalog, so you can check if it actually fits the color.
So you mentioned blue. So for instance, we do have some lovely blue buttons, range from slightly larger ones. You can put them on your jacket. Lapel is very common. A lot of ladies now are actually starting to wear them on their hats as well. So really multifunctional buttons.
So I guess winter is coming, but I don't know if it's hat weather. She might look at me kind of crazy.
I pushed a lot of buttons to sell a lot of buttons.
Chris, for example, he did a few things that were really good. So he introduced himself by name, and he was one of the only people I saw do that.
My name is Chris. How are you?
William.
William.
So Chris is a little bit ahead of the game, but he probably knows that.
You've got it very well, honestly. Yeah. Very good seriously. And yeah.
We would recommend our latest collection, which is called the Jasmine Princess Collection.
But this also kind of looks like the little dollies that my grandma puts on her table. I'm kind of looking for something more modern.
She kind of jumped into offering her something a bit too early. So you always want to kind of wait as long as possible before presenting your solution.
What about this one?
Yeah, you can have one for 15 dirhams.
Does that think the price is fixed or what?
Well, it depends how many will you need.
50 to 100.
Well, if you take 100, then the one would be 10 dirhams. I don't know, look at her face. She can't believe I just did that. And she was, are the prices for real? I have no idea the price for real.
Rasha also made the customer smile. I don't know if it was because she was kind of persistent and I don't know, but he smiled, which is great. Which means that they make a great team. If the end customer is smiling and then buying, perfect.
How much are these?
It's 12. Also? Yeah. But do you need only 5?
I need 5.
Yeah, okay.
The Dapchi founders are naturally more reserved and quieter. They don't go out of their way to ask questions or to be engaged. They seem to just be receptive. That bothers me.
So are we done?
Yes.
Okay.
Shafa is in my top 3, and I keep waiting for them to mess up, but they they're not messing up. They're so good.
This is the first time she's. Don't worry.
Well, that means don't worry. Wherever you go, the shifa is in your hands.
We are here in the heart of Belgravia in central London, which is a perfect location for a pop-up.
The London pop-up was our first solo pop-up. £40,700 we did in 10 days of sales.
Some of the investment pieces which we have at the window today is Hermes Kelly, which is a vintage piece, which would have been bought for £200 and is being sold for £3,780, so that's a great investment piece.
What's exceptional about Luxury Promise is, well, firstly, the fact that she's been able to generate as much revenue as she has been with a team of 5. She's a sole founder who's been able to really utilize the resources that are at her disposal to build a multi-million-dollar business.
We had a target of 2.5 million. We're not far off.
Sabrina, at the very beginning of the program, relied a lot on other people to help her with her modeling. And I think this is the biggest milestone for her, is that she has learned how to understand it, how to read it, what the numbers mean, how to see the health of her business through her model. And I see her confidence level in this being so much better.
I broke it down. I had like manager, I'd done econ manager, and then I added in the amount of people it will grow by over the time that we scale.
All right, you've come a long way, Marlon. Good job.
Before I was scared to open up my financials, and now every single day I open up my financials, whatever I'm referring to, hires, marketing, supply, revenue, GMV, everything. I'm looking back at my financials and making sure everything is matching as much as I can. I'm sure by the time I'm done, I'll be building out financial models.
She's definitely a huge front runner and a slam dunk, you know. We could even see an exit from her in the next 2 to 3 years.